the takaful would be used in conjunction with the like as a backup for microfinancing. In other words, if the recipient of financing is unable to pay back, the micro takaful would step in to pay. Is that the use that you're envisioning, or would it be more general, like somebody gets sick, the takaful covers their medical expenses? Is it more specific, or the more general use that you're talking about?
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, we can see it from both perspectives. When we have the poor people that they don't have means of livelihood, the means of living, and at the same time, if we want to give this kind of people now zakat money, so we have to anticipate that in order to make them also, because Islam encourages working in the community. So when we ask them now about what they can do, so perhaps maybe part of the fund can be set aside in case if there's any calamity, because when we are talking about micro takaful, so we are talking about the coverage of death. So it's not about coverage of car or house, even though in some cases there may be a need for that. But we are talking about the coverage of life. If the person is the breadwinner and is also a poor person, so when we are taking care of him now, we anticipate that he has some people also that are surrounding him. So the takaful coverage can cover event of his death now, or in case of a permanent disability, so to take care of his family. So, or we may look at it from the other perspective in the case of productive segment in the society. I mean, vulnerable, non-poor, whereby these people, they have work, they are doing their work, but at the same time, this kind of work also is subject to risk, because there are certain risks like a calamity, the flood. So can we have, say, a kind of micro takaful product that will assist in case if these people now, they face certain challenges or misfortune, so they don't need to come back to zakat institution. So the takaful operator will be able to cover that part. So that it means that we use zakat money in a more productive manner, in a very comprehensive manner, so that they will be able to take care of the need, the urgent need, and the one that we anticipate also in the future. Of course, this the future that we are talking about is not the future that is we can be easily determined, because the calamity can happen anytime, like the case of flood or hurricane or any this kind of calamity. It can happen anytime. So if you have this kind of takaful product to cater for this kind of events, so it's going to be helpful to this kind of segment in our society.
Okay. It seems like there's still an unresolved question regarding the use of the zakat funds for something other than directly putting it into the hands of the poor. So I can see that if you have some kind of a surplus, you've taken care of the immediate needs of the desperate poor, that you could then think about things like takaful. But could you justify using money for takaful when there's pressing needs that haven't been met for these people who are very poor?
Thank you very much. If we look back at our discussion on the issues or the discussion on whether the zakat money can be allocated for investment or for takaful and other. The first thing that we establish in the paper is that the allocation of zakat money, it has to be after we have taken care of the urgent need, the immediate need. For example, when we are talking about the miskin, the person that doesn't have something to eat, so we have to give him what to eat. So then later on, when we anticipate that the person has certain skill, so we can also give him from zakat money, the money to buy the tool that we use. So if there is any, for example, let's say the person is somebody, he doesn't know anything other than driving. Okay, then we say that, okay, we get a car now so that you can use it for your, let's say if this kind of environment is an environment that they can use a car for commercial purpose. So, and the person now is a driver. So being a driver now, so we have to anticipate that there are some takaful coverage that we can use to cover in case if the person fall into the accident. So this money now, this is after we give him the money that we take care of his immediate need to take care of his family. So, but this one now will be the money that we use it to take care of is the other need apart from what to eat and what to drink. So he has other expenses that as a family person he cannot tell the zakat institution. So setting aside this kind of fund now to take care of this additional need after taking care of immediate need, I think it is one of the things that the zakat should also be taken care of. And we also, in that regard, we also discussed in the paper the issue of kifaya in the case of zakat. That is when we get to know that the scholar, they discuss it in the classical textbook that if you have somebody that he has certain skill, so it is part of the obligation in the zakat fund that the person should be given certain portion that he will use to buy the tool that in order to make money for himself. This is apart from the money that will be given to him for consumption. So mean that we give him money for consumption and we give him money for being productive also, or to be productive also in the society.
So that's the end of this episode. We ask our viewers to stay tuned for other episodes that we will upload soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.